Hey guys, welcome back.
Hey guys.
She seemed to be frozen at the moment.
I thought you were gonna say something else. So I was just waiting on you to say something else. I'm sorry. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We have missed you.
There she goes. She's been unfrozen. We sitting right underneath the AC. Maybe that has something to do with it. I'm not sure.
I was waiting like, is there more? Is there more?
You saw shit.
I was.
Nevertheless, hey, welcome back, guys. I know it's been a couple of days since we last posted.
A couple of weeks.
Yeah, so we wanted to do this video to wrap up our Disney cruise.
Yes.
And we do apologize for it coming out a little bit late. Our son got sick, and so we had to take care of little Basil. And so that kind of pushed our plans a little further out. So we want to wrap up our last day 4 with the Disney cruise and kind of talk about our experience at Castaway Key, the pirate night. We had some Disney magic with the little pixie dust magic with the Palo dinner reservation. So that was a surprise to us.
From guest services.
Absolutely, yeah. And so we want to talk about that, and that is a must do when you're on a Disney cruise. And then we're going to talk about the debarkation process and our flight back, and kind of fill you guys in along the way. We landed at, arrived at Castaway the next day from the Bahamas. And we got there pretty early. We got there maybe around like 7, it was like 6 something when we heard it poured into the shore. Kids waking up super excited. But when we got out, it was like very overcast that day. And as you can see from the video, it was, well, you can't see from the video, I should say. It was super windy that day.
It was very breezy. Very breezy. And we actually recorded the entire day. Like, we had so much footage, but you can't hear us talking because all you hear is the wind. I'm sure from the videos you can see the wind like blowing things around, blowing the hammocks, blowing the trees, blowing, our swimsuit cover us, blowing our towels, but you can hardly hear us talking like at all. So we thought this type of video would be a little bit better because you can hear us talking and explaining, what we did, how we enjoy certain things, how we enjoy our food, things like that, because you really could not hear what we were saying as we were actually doing the various activities because it was so windy. Yeah.
So when we first got off the boat, the first thing you get is the towels, and we purchased the Disney Cruise Line bag. What type of bag is that?
I think it's like an insulated tote bag.
It's an insulated tote bag that's branded Disney Cruise. She just had to have it.
It was so cute.
And we also purchased the water that came with it, some of the Sunny water bottles and aluminum cans. It was probably like it was like $50, yo. I'm like, really? $50? Okay, never. You only cruise so many times, so I just went ahead and just chucked it up.
And I think we mentioned it in the footage that we have. We mentioned the exact price, so we can put that in to how much we actually paid for the tote bag and the bottle of water.
But trust me, we're going to get every dollar's worth out of it. So
we already used it a couple of times at softball games. We use it at soccer games. So we've used it a few times since we've been back.
Both Addison and Basil are both athletic. So Basil's doing soccer, basketball. He's be starting baseball in the fall, and we're going to put him in the STEM program for the summer. Completely off topic. And then Addison is doing softball. She was doing cheerleading, and she's considering doing volleyball. So, we have to have our chairs and our cool beverages on hand, because concession stands are like $3.50 for a bottle of water, and they had the nerves to charge tax. But I'll digress. So let's get back to the drink. Okay. So when we get off the cruise ship, you get your towels, you get your bag if you want it, and then you have the option to either take the tram or take the walk. We chose to walk. I mean, we want to take in all the sights. We wanted to take some pictures at the iconic longitude-latitude buoy, and then we wanted to take some pictures in the front of the back of the ship. And so we wanted to catch all of that. And then along the walking path, we almost forgot, when we also got out, we noticed that it said all activities were open.
Yes, I was going to mention that whenever we got off the ship, there was like a little chalkboard stand that gave you the activities that were canceled for the day. So that's another indication of how windy and breezy it was, because literally all the activities, aka excursions for the day on the island, were canceled because we were going to snorkel that day. And the chalkboard that was there when you got off the ship did not say that snorkeling was canceled. Everything else was. We were like, yeah, we can still snorkel. But once we walked to where the beach was, that chalkboard had snorkeling was canceled there. So all the activities was canceled. You were still able to rent bikes, but anything that you were able to do in the water itself, we couldn't do that day because it was way too windy to do any water activities outside of swim.
You couldn't even rent the donut inflatables. You had to only rent the mats. So we chose to rent a mat, and Addison had a ball with that mat. But I would have loved to get a donut ring to just relax and just follow the waves along the shore.
Now they do have life jackets for adults and kids that are complimentary along with the towels. So you don't have to rent those. Those are complimentary. So obviously the kids got to use those, but we were not able to rent the actual the donut inflatables. I don't know what they're called. I know there's a proper name for them. I always
donut inflatables.
Forget what they're called. But we couldn't rent those. We were only able to rent the flat mats.
So the vests, life jackets, they went by incredibly fast. So when we got off the ship, we saw Goofy. Or was it Pluto?
It was
one of the dogs.
Pluto, That's another advantage of walking to the beach instead of getting the tram, because if you walk, you're able to see all of the characters that are along the walking path. They're there in little spots. You're able to stop, get a picture. Now, mind you, there are lines. The lines we encountered were not that long. So we just hopped in, took our picture, and then we were able to get into the next line for the characters. But if you take the tram to the beach, you can see them because you're driving past them, but you miss actually getting the pictures because you're on the tram driving past them. So that's why we chose to walk, because we were able to stop and get pictures with the characters in their little costumes and stuff. So, but we got to take a picture with Pluto, with Goofy, with Mickey, with Minnie, I believe. And then we also got pictures on our own with like certain like iconic spots on the island too. So that's another reason why we decided to walk instead of getting the tram actually to the beach.
Instagram worthy spots all over this place. So if you have it in your legs and your sea legs, go ahead and walk.
But even if you don't, the trams are there and they run quite often. You don't have to wait long for the trams, and then there are plenty of seats available on them as well. So you don't have to worry if you cannot walk. Do not worry. The trams are there. They run quite often, and then whenever the one's available, there's plenty of seats.
So after we took the pictures from the character, we decided to try to go find us a spot on the beach. And that's when we discovered that all the life jackets that were near our vicinity were gone. And so we had to walk all the way down, and they were gone, or they were too big for the kids. So then we had to go to the booth. And then there is where I rented the mat, and then I found some life vests that were in their size. So while she was swinging on the hammock, I was carrying all the materials back. So she's enjoying herself, but it's okay. She needs to. She does a lot, so she get to relax every now and then, at least while school is not in session.
Thank you. One thing that we learned while we were on the ship was that, excuse me, there is a children's club on the island called Scuttle's Cove.
Yes.
So you know that the kids took advantage of the kids club on the ship, but there's also one on Castaway Key. So the kids were excited to actually go to the kids club on Castaway Key too.
Yes.
So after we actually had some family time at the families section of the island, me and Chris dropped the kids off at Scuttle's Cove so that they can stay there for a couple of hours and play in the kids only area. And then we left and went to the adults only area of the island, which is called Serenity Bay.
Yes.
So the island is so nice. It's so huge, and it caters to everybody.
Yes.
So there's a family only area, a family area, there's a kids only area, and then there's an adults only area. And so we got to experience all three sections, which we actually really enjoy. And the kids had a blast at Scuttle's Cove.
Yeah, so there's so much to do on the island for relaxation, for those that are a little bit more adventurous. There's biking paths. Now that tarmac was hot. Even though it was overcast, it was still hot. And it rained shortly, and it was so funny. Our kids were hilarious.
This was funny.
We're sitting there on the beach, and it began to rain. And our kids looking at all the people running out the water and like, what is wrong with them? I said,
I wasn't in the water. I was actually recording, and Chris and the kids were actually in the water. It started raining so hard, not long, but it started raining really hard. And you saw people like running out of the water, and the kids were looking around like, what is going on? And so once they finally came out, I said, why were you guys looking around when people were running out of the water? And Basil was like, I was trying to figure out why were they running out of the water from the rain when they were in the water already wet. And I thought that was so funny. I was like, yeah, I was kind of confused. Who like, people are in the water swimming and you're running out of the water from the rain. Like, you're already wet. You're in the water swimming. Why are you running from the rain?
Wet head to toe. And then you got a couple of drops.
It was funny though.
Falling on top of you. It was like two medium-sized clouds. So
and it only rained for like literally 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then the clouds went away, the sun came back out, and it was like it never even happened.
It never rained
But
again.
That was funny though.
Yeah,
People was running everywhere.
We dropped them off at Scuttle's Cove, and then we decided to do a little tour. So it's like a playground area, the slide, and
I think
water
it's like
park. It was closed,
and it's inside of the water though. It's like inside of the. I can't think of what it's called.
It's close to the shore, but it's not that far out.
A playground inside of the water.
Yeah. When we get the name, we'll post the name of it in the chat.
We'll put it on the screen.
Yeah, we'll put it on the screen. But that was closed because of the weather. Like I said, it was real windy, real choppy. It was lifeguards everywhere for that.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that they're all the time, but it seemed like that was more because of the weather. Even though the sun came out, the wind did not
let up.
Yeah, it was consistent.
It did not let up. Yeah, it was so windy. But the thing is, the temperature was so nice.
Yes.
Like, even though it was windy, it wasn't cold, it wasn't hot. It was just like the perfect temperature. It wasn't scalding hot even when the sun was out. It was just, even though it was windy, it was still like such a nice day to be on the beach. And everybody was still happy that we were actually there. Yeah. And the crazy thing is, we were so worried that we weren't gonna be able to make it to Castaway Key because the captain had a hard time even docking that morning.
Yes.
Like, we actually docked a little bit later because it was so windy. He had a hard time navigating the ship in to even dock.
Good job, Captain.
And so he made it work, and we were like, look, we are here. We are getting off this ship, and we are having a good time. And everybody did.
Yes. Now, Damaris is going to kind of go over the food review. Me and the kids, we ate, and we went to go play. And so I can't tell you, I don't remember how the food tastes, although I would say I would give it a B plus. It wasn't like super seasoned, like, oh my God, I gotta have that food again type of food for me, at least. It was okay.
The food was okay. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like great either. I heard that the food is better at Serenity Bay, which is the adults only area, because you can also eat there. The adults can eat there as well.
Yeah.
I heard the food is a little bit better quality there. Excuse me, guys. A little bit better quality there. But it wasn't horrible though.
Yeah. It wasn't memorable neither.
Yeah, that too. So they had just like your typical like barbecue food. So I got something to eat. Well, we got something to eat from Cookies Barbecue. You can get food from Cookies Barbecue, Cookies 2, or the food place from Serenity Bay, I believe is what it's called. I got a little bit of everything. I have some pasta salad, corn, potato salad. It's like corns and bean salad. What else did I get? Some salmon, some chicken, a brownie, a cookie, barbecue sauce, and then a brisket sandwich. And some Powerade and chips. It looks good. I hope it tastes good. We'll see in a second. Okay, so I didn't eat much, but I am full. I am stuffed. My favorite was the salmon and the chicken. Those are my favorite dishes on the plate. The salads I wasn't a fan of. The pasta salad was probably the best tasting one to me. The potato salad was okay. This little corn and black bean, as well as the coleslaw. I wasn't a fan of the flavor profile, but it wasn't bad. It just wasn't my taste. The corn was good. The brisket sandwich was okay. I realized after I ate it a few times that the coleslaw that I didn't like is on the brisket sandwich as well. So if I had taken it off, I may have liked it a little bit better. The brownie was fantastic, as well as a cookie. But I am full, guys. I cannot eat anymore at this moment. And the cookie looks like it's a crunchy cookie, but it's actually soft. Very, very good.
I like it. Has soft serve ice cream too.
Yeah.
So, but that line of that soft serve ice cream can get pretty backed up. So, even the food line, although it was moving pretty fast because it's like a buffet style, you know, everybody seemed to have that same mental clock, internal clock that's saying it's time to eat. So when you go there, you'll notice that it is a crowd there. So just keep that in mind. Just practice a little patience if you're gonna go when everybody else does. But like I said, there's like multiple lines, multiple buffets.
Yeah. And then I heard that there's actually 2 spots outside of the adults only part of the island where you can eat. There's 2 spots in the family area that you can eat as well, not just that one area where we ate at. So, you know, people don't have to crowd that one buffet.
Yeah. I think a lot of people crowded behind it because they had a lot of seating. They had a lot of covered seating. And that's what you're really going to be fighting over. So somebody go stand in line and then somebody go find a seat.
Yeah. And then another thing that I like too is that the cast members will help you find seats.
Yes.
And I thought it was nice because when I had came to find you guys while you all had already ate, sat down to eat before me. I had to go back to the ship. So when I had came back to meet up with them, they had already had their food. So I had went into the buffet line to get my food. And so a cast member had helped me with my tray. And she actually like walked my tray, and I could have carried it myself. She actually walked my tray to the table with Chris and the kids.
Yeah.
That was really nice. And so they were like literally walking around looking for families that they can help find a table for. Yeah. So they make it very easy and try to make your stay, you know, on the island enjoyable. And so that part of your stay isn't so hectic. We're like, where can I sit? Can I find shade? You already have your kids, you have your family, you have your tray. And so they try to make that part of your trip, you know, not so hectic. Yes. I thought that was really nice.
And so they also have a fruit stand where there's cut fruit and then there's whole fruit. So if you wanted a whole banana or you wanted some chopped up apple slices, that was there on the island for you as well. And it was delicious. Some good quality fruit there. I do remember the fruit. And the food, it was okay.
It was okay. The thing is though, I would eat it again though.
Like, I think we don't have a choice.
no, because you can eat on the ship though, can't you? Don't quote me.
I don't know. I'm sure you can, because I'm sure there's people who don't
get off the ship.
Don't get off the ship. But on an island, you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
So after we grabbed some food, kids went back to Scuttle's Cove, and then we took the tram over to Serenity Bay. And that Serenity Bay, it was so empty. As you can see from the video, it was so empty there. And I decided to walk out into the water. And my gosh, that shore was so rocky. I literally had to tiptoe. And I was trying to like tiptoe out of it. So I don't know if I just went in a bad location, but it was just nothing but rocks at the bottom, and I didn't have no flip-flops, no sea shoes on, and it was hurting my poor feet. So before you go inside the water, make sure you kind of look and see where you're going, or wear some shoes, some hard bottom shoes, so you don't scrape your feet on those rocks that's on the seabed. But the water itself, it took me quite a bit before it actually got above my knees. So you really have to go out there in Serenity Bay, and so you can hit some deeper water. I thought it was unusual because on the family side, it's only a couple feet, and then bam, you right into the deep end. But on the Serenity, you gotta go out a little bit further. The mayor's opted not to join me out there in the water. But we didn't spend too much time at Serenity Bay. We just wanted to check it out.
Yeah, see how it was. We got us a couple of drinks and lounged around on the beach chairs. And as you can see, it was so empty. I think, well, I know part of it was because we went to Serenity Bay later in the day.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people had already went back to the ship by the time we actually made it to Serenity Bay, because there was hardly anybody on the beach at this time.
Yeah. So we stayed there for a minute before we got the text telling us that Scuttle's Cove gonna be closing.
Get ready to close, yeah.
And so we have to go rinse off. There's little stations where you can rinse your feet and your body off. Little showers outside where you would buy the concession stand where you get your drinks and stuff from over on the side. And then we waited for the tram. So as we were waiting, we saw this one family that decided to walk. And it was like, you know what? I can walk that far. And so in my mind, I could hear the song 1,000 Miles as they're walking in the blistering heat with no shade on the runway tarmac. And they're just dancing. They're just having a good time. And so the tram comes, we hop on, and then we go a little further ahead. It was like, hey, you guys want to ride? And they just hopped on
they
in.
It was waving the tram down. Can we get a ride? So the driver stopped and let them hop on.
Now, I would say it doesn't go directly from from the Serenity Bay to
back
Scuttle's.
To the right.
So it's Serenity Bay, then there's a stop, and then you have
I think it's called Pelican Point. Is where it stops at.
You have to get debark from Pelican Point, and then wait on the Pelican Point tram, which will stop at Serenity Cove. Scuttles Cove. And then the second stop will be the ship.
Yeah.
So
there's multiple stops because the island is so big.
Yeah, it's 4 stops. So you got the ship, you have the Scuttles, Pelican, and Serenity. So you got 4 stops.
Yeah.
But there's only one from Serenity to Pelican Point. You just can't take it from the beginning and go straight there. So
right, you have to get off. So to make it not sound so complicated, if you are getting off of the ship and you're going right to Serenity Bay, which is the adults only part of the island, you cannot get off of the ship and go directly to Serenity Bay. You have to get on the tram at the ship, at the tram stop at the ship. I believe you get off at Pelican Point, and then you get onto a different tram that takes you to Serenity Bay. Yes. There isn't a tram that takes you directly from where the ship is all the way to Serenity Bay. You have to get off and then get on a separate tram that takes you. And the same way coming back from Serenity Bay, you get on the tram at Serenity Bay, you get off at Pelican Point, then you get on a second tram that takes you from Pelican Point back to the ship, which is what we did. Yeah. And then but what we actually did was when we came back, we got off at Pelican Point, but instead of us waiting on the second tram, we just walked to Scuttles Cove to get the kids, and then we did some shopping. Yeah, because it was super busy. Yeah. Because everybody was trying to head back to the ship, so we just decided to take the walk. It's not that far of a walk. So, and then we get and by that time the island was so empty too, because everybody was like Chris said, either waiting on the tram to get back to the ship or already on the ship. So we just walked to Scuttles Cove to get the kids out of the kids club, and then we did some shopping, which we should not have done, but we did. Right. So we go back to the ship. The getting back on the ship, it's a pretty simple process. Very easy, yeah. You show your key to the world card, you go through the metal detector, you put your luggage or whatever, your bags on the conveyor belt, so the x-ray so it can get scanned. You can't bring sand, seashell, anything on the island. You bring what you came with, and you bring back what you came with or what you purchased. They had buckets of seashells that people were trying to bring back onto the ship that they confiscated. Mm-hmm. They had buckets that they were just taking off of people that they were trying to bring back. But there are signs that tell you cannot bring seashells back. Yeah. Yeah, but so we get back on. I guess they tried to bring them back on. We get back on the ship, we get washed up, and then we hit the deck. And so after we hit the deck, the kids want to play a little bit. And the next day, we went to Pirate Night that night, correct? Is that Pirate Night? Yeah. Yeah, okay. So we get dressed up for Pirate Night, and there is pirate themes everywhere. There's a lot of photo pirate theme options for you. They have all kind of pirate stuff. And then it was so cute because when we got to our room, they had like little pirate bandanas in our room for everybody. So that was cute too. But I was actually able to get us some pirate costumes that I ordered, and then I packed those in our luggage. So we all had pirate costumes that we wore, but we also wore our bandanas that they gave us on the ship too. Yes. So we got dressed for Pirate Night. We ate at Animator's Palette again that night. We also had pirate theme food, which was really delicious. Yeah. And I would say I would love for us to have had a table closer to Crush to interact with him. But that's okay. So after dinner, we went to the movies. No, we went to the movies first, and then we went to dinner. So we went to see Beauty and the Beast, if I'm not mistaken. That show was amazing. That was so good. Best sleep I ever had. That show was so good. All of the shows every night was so good, hands down.
Yes.
But if I had to pick, if I just had to pick, which one was my best show? Beauty and the Beast. That had to have been the best one.
Yeah.
Out of all of for me. That show was so good.
I was trying, guys. I was trying so
He was so
hard.
tired. I think the beach just wore him out.
Me and
he
Basil,
fell asleep.
Me and Basil, we was trying. Next thing you know, I was like...
He fell asleep.
And I woke back up.
But I think
caught
the parts
glimpses of
that you did see, you said you actually enjoyed.
Yeah.
But that show was so good.
Although, this is a message out to Disney. I need my part. When the Beast is singing Forevermore, it was not in the show. It needs to be in the show.
I think that one of the things that I liked about it was the show kind of told the story more so from the live action version of Beauty and the Beast and not more so from the
cartoon,
animated version. Yeah, if that makes sense. Even though that obviously is the same story. But the way that the costumes were and the way that the set and decor was, it was more so from the live action version and not the animated version, which I think is what made it come to life more.
Yeah, the staging, the animation,
Yes.
the costumes, the characters, the choreography was
The way they sang the songs.
Yeah,
too. It was so nice. It was so nice. That's probably why you were expecting him to sing Evermore. He was so disappointed.
It's my favorite song, and you're gonna leave it out, but it's cool. It's cool. I'm gonna wish upon a star. So after the movies, we got something to eat, and then we went up to the deck to catch the pirate show and fireworks.
Yeah.
So you see from the video, Damaris had a better view than me. We tried to get on the upper deck, and the kids were down below because they have like a little roped off kids section. I would recommend you guys get there early so you can get a good spot because those spots fill up pretty quick. But I guess you really have to do an early dining.
I was just gonna say that it was hard for us to get there early because we had the late dining, so our dining time wasn't until 8:15. So if you dine early, I think you have dining like around 5 something. Yeah. You're able to get to the pirate show and fireworks early. There was no way we could have gotten there early enough because we dined so late in the day. But
we were already dressed, so we literally just left dinner and went
right to the pirate. Yeah.
And the kids were able to wiggle their way through, and then Damaris found her little spot. But then I couldn't see over a lot of people. I'm not that.
But tall. I was so fortunate because a nice family let me get like so close, like I was with them, because they were like right up to where the railing was. If you can tell from the video, I was like on the upper deck, right up on the rail, so I had no one in front of me.
Yeah.
And at first I walked up, I was behind them. But they let me like right up there with them, so I was able to see. But other than that, I would have been like behind them and not able to see at all. The kids were in the, like Chris said, the lower deck in the kids only area, so that they had a really good view. I should have let Addie record like she recorded the Castaway party, because Addie was right there in front.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so the show was amazing.
It was nice.
It was nice, fun. It was interactive. You got Captain Sparrow dropping down. You got this. I can imagine how it is on the Wish, since they have more space out there for their performance. But
it looks like their their stage is a lot bigger.
Yeah. But they still did an amazing job on the Dream. And
it was
then
so nice.
The cannon fire, aka the fireworks at the end. Now they did tell you to take all your stuff that's on your balcony and make sure that you put it inside, so nothing be caught in the case. And the fireworks is fish food, so the fish can eat it. So it's just one of the things that make it safe for Disney to do on the ocean. But the fireworks were amazing. You
The
can see from
fireworks
the
were
video.
so nice, guys.
So pretty.
We loved it.
It's one of the things that you love about Disney is the fireworks at the end of the day.
Yes, it just makes it so magical.
I'm so excited to happily ever after's back. I can't wait to go to Disney World.
You getting off topic again?
I know. When I think of fireworks, I think of happily ever after.
You getting off topic again?
Y'all gotta forgive me. Back on topic. So the next day, because that wrapped up our night, we were exhausted. The next day,
it was a sea day.
Sea day, yes.
We were headed back to Miami. So the whole day we were at sea, just coasting and cruising along. And that was the day that the lovely guest services member got us a reservation to Palo.
Yes.
And we were Palo Brunch, which is, we heard, the most coveted reservation that you can get.
Absolutely.
We were like so excited. Like, we were so excited.
Yeah,
we wanted to find a reservation. We tried to get a reservation, couldn't get one.
We tried when reservation unlocked for us on the app. I was on the app, she was on the computer, and we plug in our information, and then I'm trying to get a reservation. Sold out. Or it says check on the cruise. It didn't say sold out. It said just check with guest services when you get on the cruise.
Yeah.
And when you got on the cruise ship, that guest services,
you still couldn't get one.
Was as long as the
line is so long.
The Willis Tower.
Yeah, the line is so long.
Yeah, it was too long for us. So, but they was able to make a little pixie magic happen for us. So we was able to get the brunch. The place was exquisite. It's really decked out.
Good.
So to tell you a little bit about a brunch, they kind of walk you through the whole experience. You come in, they give you your wine, or what's it, mimosa, or champagne.
I think you can pick a champagne or you can pick a mimosa.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of champagne, all that bubbliness, but we chose
mimosa. I know I chose a mimosa.
Yeah, but we went ahead and got it anyway. It's complimentary. Then we got our charcuterie board, and it was a little bit of everything. And the waitress was so nice. She was like, "Whatever you want, that's what it's for."
It's literally all you can eat.
Yeah.
You get like all of this food, and me and Chris tried to break it up to where we each got like different things so we can share it. We tried not to order the same thing.
Yeah, because we were on a time crunch. So although we got the magic to get in there to experience Palo, we still had our reservation for the
what's called a Royal Gathering.
Yeah, the Royal Gathering. So we had to get back to the kids, get them from the Oceaneers Club,
so they can go meet
all the princesses. And I'm telling you guys, do the reservation to meet all the princesses. I know it's done like twice during the 4-day trip. Do it. It's totally worth it.
We knocked out like 4 or 5 princesses at one time with the Royal Gathering.
Yeah, and it's totally worth it. And the next, another reminder for you is take your pictures day 1. Get your photographs in day 1, because day 4, and they have all the photo booths out there and the different backdrops. You're waiting hours. That is no exaggeration. We're waiting hours. And there's some families that have like 20 or 30 people in their parties, and they want to take party pictures.
And they have some waiting in each line. And then they all come to the line you in.
And all you see is this slew, and you're like,
yeah.
So, pro tip, get dressed, get ready to impress when you get on the ship, and take your backdrop pictures.
Yeah. Totally
worth it. And so back to Palo, I just wanted to share that quick tidbit. So back to Palo, so we had our brunch, our charcuterie board, we had our main dish, we had some sides, we had this soup. It was just amazing food.
It was so good.
It was so good. And
I can still taste that chicken parmesan. That was the best chicken parmesan I have had in my life.
Yes.
And it was sitting on a bed of risotto.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time I've ever had
delicious.
risotto, and it was so good.
Yes.
And then that pizza.
Oh, the pizza was delicious.
And that was not just regular pizza.
Mm-mm.
I don't know what they put on that pizza, but it was good.
A little salt bay on it. A little salt bay
And
action.
then that seafood, what they call it, antipasta.
Yeah.
Let me help y'all out real quick. Make you a Palo reservation for brunch, and you can thank me later that you left full and satisfied for $45 per person, because it was worth every penny.
Yeah. And so
It is so good.
if you're watching,
All you can eat.
if you're watching and you've been to Palo, go ahead and drop a comment about your favorite
Yes.
dish that you like below.
And let us know your thoughts, because to us it is worth the price, because you can get all. We thought that you literally can just order one thing, like one of each. No, our waitress told us that you can order as much as you want, as many as you want, for $45.
Yes.
Yes, sign me up any day.
Come with an appetizer.
Because that food was good.
Leave satisfied.
Yes, that food was so good.
Yeah, so I am eager to get back to Palo.
I think the next time we go, we will have to do a detailed review, because I feel like, unfortunately, we were rushed this time, of no fault to Palo. It was our own fault because of how we booked our character reservation.
Well, at the same time,
I feel like that was our fault.
It was an added bonus, so we had no.
We did not complain not one bit.
Yeah,
we barfed that food down so fast. So, but I feel like we had to rush, because, and then we did not want the kids to miss the princesses. So we were trying to rush because we were so happy that we got the reservation. We trying to hurry up and eat so we can get to the Royal Gathering for the kids. But the next time we go, guys, we will for sure do a detailed review. We will take our time and give you each thing that we eat and give you a detailed review. But we just could not do it this time because we were on a time crunch, and you need a couple of hours for this meal. You cannot
really
rush
enjoy
this meal.
Yes.
You cannot rush this meal. And the thing is, when we told the waitress what we were doing, I mean, she made sure she got us in and out.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "I'm so sorry, guys." She said, "But if you all want me to bring out multiple things, you would let me know. I'm not rushing you. You let me know how fast you want this thing to go, and I will match you." And we were like, we need to get in and out. And she bought it all. She laid it all out.
Yeah.
She did a great job. She did a great job.
If you can't tell, she's super excited when you talking about Palo.
Food, oh yeah, that food was good, y'all. That food was so good. I can still taste it. And then the desserts. She bought out what? Was it all desserts? No, she bought out, I think,
we tried three desserts.
Three desserts. Yeah, it was good.
The limoncello was delicious.
Mm-hmm. It was good.
So we spent the rest of the day enjoying the ship. Yeah. The kids were riding the aqueduct over and over again.
They love the pool deck.
Yeah, we was watching movies, getting a little tan in, and just relax before we got into the standing night of trying to squeeze in all those pictures. And then we watched our final movie, ate our final meal.
Our room service.
Yeah.
The kids love ordering room service.
We had them call and get them those chicken wings from room service were amazing. And order two, because one's just not enough.
2 orders. He doesn't mean 2 wings. He means 2 orders.
2 orders. When you pick up that phone and you call and say, "I want 2 orders because Chris said so," and then you thank me in the comments, okay? I want to say you're welcome in advance. So that is our the rest of the day, and so the following day we made it back to Miami, and when we got back in our rooms that night, we saw the tags to let us know our trip was coming to the end.
So sad.
We put all our luggage out.
Tags and put the luggage. Yeah, put the luggage out. You have to have your luggage out by 10 p.m. that night for them to take it off the ship for you. You don't have to have them take it out for you, which is called when you check your luggage. You don't have to. You can take it off the ship yourself, but if you want them to take it off the ship for you, you have to have it outside of your room by 10 p.m.
Yeah.
The night before.
And then your luggage tag will have a character, and that character will be your debarkation time and zone. And so when you see your character pop up on the screen, as you can see in the video, you can see for all the different characters. Once you see your character pop up, that means you can go towards the main exit, which is where you came in at the beginning of the cruise, and you'll make your way out. And so you can go to customs. You get your luggage before you go into customs. So you get out, get your luggage, and then you go to customs. And then from there, you're free to go.
Yeah. It took us a while to, well, at least in my opinion, it took us a while to get off the ship. Because, like, everybody is literally just waiting in the atrium, like, to get off.
Yeah. It was
but
two
one
custom
thing that I
agents.
can say about Disney Cruise Line is that when I say they are organized, they are organized. You know what color and character you are, and when you getting off, where your bags are, where you're supposed to be at, what, like, they are organized. And if you don't know, you can ask somebody, because there are signage, they are notifying you, like, they are organized. So that is one good thing that I can appreciate. But it did take a while for us to get off. Probably, like Chris said, they only had 2 people at the...
they had 2 custom agents when we first started, and then they opened it up, and it was like 4 on the other side.
Now,
we were stuck in line with the 2 agents already.
Right. We didn't realize that until we had got off and we were going through customs ourselves, when we realized how many lanes they actually had available versus how many people they actually had checking passports and IDs to get off. So that actually was the holdup. So it wasn't Disney Cruise Line who was holding us up. It was once we actually got off to get through customs as to why it took us so long to get off the ship. It was like a domino effect.
Yeah. Man, it's phantom traffic.
Yeah.
But overall, I would say we loved it.
Yes, and we will definitely do it again.
We
100%.
We went ahead and booked our next trip because it was on a special where you could book a stateroom with just a $250 deposit, and you have 2 years to sail. It was like, yeah, why not? So we went ahead and paid for that before we got off the cruise. Once you get off the cruise ship, that offer is no longer available. So you have to do it
while you're currently on your cruise.
Yes. So, and you do it all through the mobile app. And so we did it while we were still on the cruise ship, got it paid for, got our email reservations, email confirmation. And I would say, you know, we are super excited to go back. The kids loved it. We loved it. And we just, overall, we would just felt like we were being catered to from the moment we crossed over and they said, the Green family, until
Disney Dream, now boarding.
Until they said, all right, see you guys.
Yeah, we had such a great time.
Yeah, so we're excited to go back. We're looking at destinations now, where we want to go and which cruise ship we want to try. Do we want to do the Dream again? Do we want to take over the One Less Elevator Wish?
The One Less Elevator?
Right.
What? Is that what it's called now? The One Less Elevator Wish?
Yeah, because everybody wished they would have kept that third elevator. That's the biggest wish.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Because I promise you
Guys,
one thing.
comment down below on what Disney ship you think we should cruise next. So you all know we've already done the Dream, the Wish, the Fantasy, the Magic, or the Wonder.
Yeah.
And then where you think we should go next. So comment down below, because we've already paid for our next one. Well, the deposit. We have to pick our destination. So comment down below on where we should go next.
Yeah. Well, overall, we thank you guys for tuning in with us. We know this video is a lot longer than what we have been doing, but we wanted to wrap this up for you guys because we have so much more stuff we want to share with you. Tune in next week as we go through the renovation of our downstairs half bathroom and our downstairs laundry. And I did the renovation myself. Woo, woo. Yeah. She did help a little bit. Just a little bit. We work well together until we don't work well together. We did some minor renovations. Yeah.
So if you are into like home renovations and like, you know, things like that, home decor, stay tuned because we did do some minor home renovations. And then we also have another trip coming up that we're going on in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we're super excited to take you through that. And if we get enough followers, we can maybe do some live streaming there as well. So if you hadn't done so already, go ahead and click the like button, the subscribe button, and then the notification button. So when we upload, you'll be notified of it. And guys, thank you so much.
Thank you guys
for your comments. Thank you guys from the UK that's watching. We appreciate,
and wherever you're from.
Absolutely. So thank you.
We love you guys.
Thank you. We love you guys, and we hope you enjoy our channel.
We will see you guys in the next video.
See ya.
Bye.